Hi, I'm Timo Harju, and I'm here with Inês Magalhães.
Yes.
I'm trying to learn your name. Yes.
That's correct. Yeah.
So hi.
Hi.
Let's talk a while about your piece you have been doing here at our one-to-one festival and also in some places before, but now here with us, there upstairs in a dance studio of Valve. So tell us a bit how it looks now up there at the studio.
Busy.
It looks busy.
Busy visually.
Visually, okay.
Yeah, because you start with just a blank white paper, and now it's all full of presents.
Yeah. I was putting those papers up with you this morning. So in the beginning, they were only my footprints because I was standing on them and there's some black coal from my socks came to the papers. But now it's very different.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw what happened yesterday, but I haven't seen what is there. So it's very exciting. So let me see if I have a chance to come there still this evening. But yes, so you are working on a paper with people one-to-one. How you do it and what you do?
Yes, on a paper, one-to-one. The project is called AGORA. In Portuguese, AGORA means now.
Okay.
So it's a place for us to share the moment through music. We have a music, a soundscape, and the idea is that people interpret it, translate it through movement. And I always try not to give too many directions or instructions because really there aren't any. It's you're supposed to just leave any preconceived idea you have about drawing at the door and just come in with a clean state of expectations, no right or wrong way. It's really just about connecting with the spirit of joyfulness, playfulness as well. Just pretty much like children do it, when you hand up any kind of drawing tool, any like paintbrush or anything to a child, they will very instinctively just use it however they feel like. There is no judgment or no preconcept. So yeah, it's pretty much just embodying this spirit of letting go. I know it's difficult to just let go of any expectation, but that's pretty much the challenge.
Yeah, I mean it's scary if you don't feel that drawing is kind of your own thing. Like I know that there's like, as you said, like you have to leave those preconceptions of how to draw, and maybe do I know how to draw? Am I good at it? And everything that. I mean, it's drawing and singing, and really often like art, which is sometimes because art is kind of doing something like really well. That's also what art is about. So maybe that's why it is. People have difficulties in approaching it, and they somehow feel that this belongs to someone else, and like not to me. So
yeah, but art is also about self-expression, and who's to say what is when it comes to self-expression,
Yeah.
So it really is just about just leaving all these ideas that we have that we're not good at drawing, or that we've been told by our teachers or colleagues that it's not right, or just purely expressing without any sort of judgment.
Yeah, it's kind of I mean, if you are deprived of like self-expression, it's like really cruel, and it happens like really easily, even though we don't know it. It's kind of easy to think that I don't know how to draw, so somehow this is, I don't know, do you feel it's giving back something to people, or is there something like that?
To be quite frank, it's coming from a selfish place of self-enjoyment. You know, like I do it for myself. But if I can, in the way, make someone feel the same thing, then that is perfect. You know, but. It's pretty much from this. It just now how you were talking about that. It just made me feel and think about this idea that there's a huge like tension between acceptance and also self-expression. You at the same time you want to be accepted by your peers, but then on the other hand you also want to be genuine. And sometimes these two things can fight. If you're going to be genuine, you might end up jeopardizing a little bit of your acceptance, and the other way around as well. So this is a struggle that stays with us through life.
If you go more deep into kind of your way of enjoying and having fun there with yourself and the drawing and maybe the other person, and so there's like so perception is like really like important to you. I understand, but how do you kind of so what is kind of the relationship between sensing and kind of creating and drawing? How do you see it?
I think, I mean, what do I know, first of all? But in the way I see it, it's almost like if you imagine perception as this like big sphere, everything is perception. But if you imagine perception as this huge sphere, I feel like almost like creation is in the middle of it, it's inside of it. So the relationship between these two concepts is that one exists within the other. And if you change the way you create, you will also affect the way you perceive it, and the other way around also. If you change the way you perceive something, you will create differently. So these are very much linked, in my opinion.
So how do you guide, or what kind of impulses do you give to a person who comes?
How do I guide it? I try not to give too much guidance. Because guiding will automatically constrain the person's expression. I want them to just free themselves from any sort of guidance, any sort of technical, rule or anything that is, just... I know sometimes it might sound a little bit like, ooh, what do you mean, no rule or no guidance? But just playing, really experimenting.
Is it somehow that, is there kind of a dialogue between you drawing and the other person drawing, or is it more like sometimes there are two people drawing and you just hear the sound of the other person? How does it go?
It really depends from person to person. Some people like to interact, others like to be on their own. Sometimes there is a glance. Sometimes the rhythms of the pens coincide. It really depends, We're all different, but the same at the same time. So,
have you done this with bigger groups elsewhere sometimes?
Yeah, I've done it with children, actually. And it's a complete different experience. Children have such an easiness with drawing, and they are just very innate. It's just so natural for them. It's really beautiful to see. And it just makes you think, where along the way does it suddenly leave us, Because it feels like, we grow up and we sort of forget, or we leave this aspect of playing to the children. And somehow it doesn't have space for our adulthood anymore. So it's interesting to see how they are so ready for it always.
Is it very different well, the age makes a big difference. Oh, now I remember about the age. We were we were at Veljeskoti with Inês before doing this piece at the. Well, it's not like a care home quite. But it's a home for old people who have disability connected with war injuries. So there are many people who were in the Second World War who are now like more than 98 years old. There might be their partners also that entitles you to live there. There might be some children who have a war-related injury, so that also like entitles them to be there. But yeah, they live there and get support in that place. It's like a brother's home. Translated into English. It was in Finnish. The language about the army was very much about brothers, at least back then. So it's a home for brothers. But yeah, there are partners and also some. So, yeah, we were there with the old people. We had a big table and this big paper on the table there, and very different drawing experience. How the old people were drawing. Do you want to tell something about that? What happened there?
Yeah, it was actually really, really interesting to see. I was a little bit apprehensive at first because obviously when you get to old age, you sort of start to lose a little bit of the dexterity. Is that a word?
Yeah.
But I think they really enjoyed it. I think we deviated a little bit from the drawing, and we ended up listening to stories about the past, whether it was about some husband that had passed away, and this lady started drawing. I think it was a grave, and then this other gentleman who was also talking about his deceased wife, and it was nice to see how there was also this space for sharing memories. The other day you also remembered about this moment where there was this gentleman. He was blind and he couldn't really see or move much, and I was like behind him trying to help him to draw with the music. We also played some music that they decided to listen to, so that was also nice. There was a little bit of a link to their memories and just folk traditional Finnish songs. So I think it was really positive.
I remember that. It was really beautiful to see that old man, like you were behind, and he had a charcoal or something in his both hands, and so he was drawing with both hands, and you were holding his both hands from behind, and the old man it was a very small movement on the paper, and the old man, this 100-year-old man, was just like smiling, and it was really nice. It was really nice to see, and I really I was also touched by the marks they were leaving on the paper. Like there was this one old lady, somehow the kind of shaking marks. It was kind of, it reminded me of a forest. It's kind of, she was drawing it kind of with both hands. It was really kind of beautiful and kind of like a visual mark. It was really nice, and she was also telling that this is very interesting, but I can maybe do this because I've been doing handworks and knitting and stuff all my life, but I just can't do it anymore because of my hands, but I can still kind of relate to that through this drawing. That was also important to me to hear that, okay, it can go like this. But so there's a drawing can go from very young to the
it's completely different.
Really to the edge of where you live.
But it's a way to connect. And
Yeah.
I think that is the bottom line for me, really, it's, I've always loved drawing. It's something that I've done forever.
Yeah.
And to be able to see how it connects both the young generations and the older ones is really special for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there something else? Is there any other themes? I think it's really nice talking. Now, is there something else, other themes from your work you would like to highlight now?
From the work?
Yeah, from the work, the piece. What has happened here at the festival? Anything?
Yeah, I think I have to say that this one-to-one format is really, really special. I think that it really gives both the artist and the participant a complete different overview of the work itself and the experience. I mean, I think I've never tried anything like that before. And I think it's, at least I speak from my own experience, to have the feedback so immediate.
Yeah.
It is really, really valuable. So yeah, I think it makes a big difference to have it this way.
Does it create some sort of a kind of a loop, or this something that when you're doing, you're getting the feedback, it kind of it affects, like, how does it affect your like drawing? This kind of when you are with just one person, what happens there is kind of
I don't think it affects much the drawing itself, but I think it affects more the way I see how they receive it and how they perceive it.
Yeah.
That is very immediate. People share what they think and how it felt for them. You can see it immediately on their faces, so that's really valuable. Yeah, so I'm really grateful for the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for sharing the now. I probably you have told it, but I didn't get this Agora. I was all thinking about the marketplace, but is it really like now?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
It has a double meaning. It's both marketplace, place for exchange, but also means now in Portuguese. So it's the perfect combination of the two. You're exchanging moments.
Yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to learn. Okay. We have trusted people who always ask questions. So if our trusted people have something to say, they're always free to say here at the cafe. But we can also conclude. Mm-hmm. It's been great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Timo.
Yeah, thank you, Inês.